Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Web Symposium being organized jointly by Composite Excellence Center of Asia and Gruntech Polymer Consultants. It gives me immense pleasure that today our speaker is Mr. M. Krishnan, who will be talking on carbon, glass fiber, and thermoplastic growth in Type 4 CNG hydrogen LPG cylinders market in recent years. So before we begin with our symposium, I'll quickly brief you with today's agenda. So first of all, I'll introduce CECA, what we do, what are the activities that we do, what are the services that we provide, and what are the upcoming major events in 9 to 10 minutes. And following that, we'll be having a symposium for around 45 to 50 minutes, and then we'll be having a Q&A session at the end of symposium of around 10 to 15 minutes. So this would be the agenda, and I'm very proud enough and happy to share that today's speaker is Mr. M. Krishnan, who is from Gruntech Polymer Consultants. So if I talk about Mr. Krishnan, he is an innovative technology leader and global business development expert with 20 plus years of experience and demonstrated achievements leading multiple manufacturing operations and projects with proven success in advanced thermoset composites and engineering plastics. His area of expertise includes Type 4 composite cylinders, new product and process development, strategic roadmaps and risk analysis, finite element analysis, design and simulation. He has been invited as speaker for various conferences by JEC Asia, ICERP, ANGWA, INGV, and now CECA Asia. So before we proceed, I'll quickly share about CECA Asia. So Composite Excellence Center of Asia is the center of excellence, which is being set up by adapt and accomplished professionals from composite industries, academics, and research organizations. CECA is being supported with the ceramic technologists, polymer technologists, material scientists, mechanical engineers, chemical engineers, and geologists. CECA has always been supporting composite industries in their growth journey through technical support, technical training, project consultancy, arranging technical and financial collaboration with composite companies from developed quarters from Europe and USA. CECA also focuses on future generation to support and guide them for securing employment in composites field, to support in their education, training, internship, and finally selecting the right career, including higher education guidance in foreign industries, universities. Just pardon me, I'll be switching off myself for a couple of minutes. Our speaker is having some technical issues. We're really sorry, pardon me. Sorry, and thank you so much for your kind patience. He was having some trouble logging in. He'll be here in 2 or 3 minutes. So I'll continue to speak about CECA before he joins. So CECA has this mission, and CECA is completely dedicated to create a better everyday life in the composite manufacturing system and their professionals in Asia through lean techno-commercial business transformation and working together globally with a team of passionate, talented, and dedicated pool of technology leadership to meet and greet the needs and expectations of tomorrow of composites has been a clear vision set by CECA Asia from day one. If we talk about the areas of services, which is being divided into materials, processes, and markets. So CECA caters to industries who deals with aramides, carbon fiber, core, epoxy, glass fiber, polyester, prepregs, thermoplastics, and much more. If we talk about the processes, CECA caters to industries who deal with additive manufacturing, compression molding, curing, infusion, protrusion, RTM, spray ups, and much more. If we talk about the markets that CECA Asia caters, it caters aerospace, automotive, construction infrastructure, mass transit, sports recreation, wind and energy, and much more. So this is the core support team of CECA Asia, including Dr. R.K. Singh, Mr. N.C. Sharma, Chindan Kunal sir, Dr. Anshuman, Frank Westy, and Hiral Nair. So if you talk about the memberships, we all know that individual membership of CECA is absolutely free, and the honorary life membership, it's again free, but it is being nominated by CECA Asia fraternity. Corporate memberships, it's a paid membership. It's only rupees, in Indian rupees, it's 11,000 per annum and $160 per annum. You can download the membership from cecasia.com/membership. There are huge benefits of corporate membership that you can opt in for. So if we talk about memberships, professionals, academicians, professionals, researchers, students associated with composite manufacturing, polymer plastic industries, R&Ds, universities, research and training organizations are invited to become the member of CECA. Individual membership is absolutely free. So we would like to say that come be the villager of World Composite Village and just help yourselves and the composite fraternity and help CECA Asia achieve its goal. It's like from the day one, CECA Asia has been completely working behind this to make India the pioneer hub of composite manufacturing by the year 2030. So be a member of CECA Asia and help us grow. So honorary life membership, as I said, is granted based on recommendations from our members, board members, our professional partners, and it is being nominated by CECA Asia. Generally, they are people who have served composite field for more than 20 years and they have some memorable contribution in their areas. And this membership is absolutely free. If we talk about other services that are being provided by CECA Asia, so CECA Asia Manpower Data Bank, which is a free service that is being given to the composite fraternity. CECA Asia Community, it's a bi-monthly newsletter which you can find online on cecasia.com. We are coming up with a couple of directories, CECA Asia directory, where you'll be finding all the whole fraternity of composite in India and internationally, which includes the manufacturers, the raw material suppliers, the tool designers, and XYZs of composite industries. Along with that, we'll be having two directories, one of our CECA Asia MPanel consultants who are part of CECA Asia consultant team, and the tool designers who have been associated with CECA Asia. So you'll find these directories very soon on cecasia.com. If we talk about the trainings, we provide short-term and long-term online and offline courses in technical trainings, quality improvement trainings, and specialization courses. If I talk about the short-term online offline courses, we have, as mentioned, right now there are only 4, but we customize the courses. So you can any day visit cecasia.com or you can just connect us to organize a training. So you can go through these trainings on cecasia.com/trainings. If we talk about specialization courses, one of them is Lean Six Sigma certification. So Lean Six Sigma Green Belt and Lean Six Sigma Black Belt certifications. They are both 4 days and 6 days online offline courses respectively, and they happen both on weekend and weekdays as well. So you can any day visit cecasia.com to know about this or call us on 7990105570. The long-term and online offline courses. So this is one of the finest courses that CECA Asia provides, which is NDT for Advanced Composites. It's 50 hours course, which is being taken by one of the famous NDT experts of India, Mr. Chindan Kunal, and the mechanics of composites. So these are our touch points, our success partners, which includes Relics, Lopag, Indore Composites, Aditya Birla Chemicals, JMA, and much more. Okay, I'll quickly share about SYNC. This is going to be the first ever Composites Industry National Conference, which is being jointly organized by CECA, Atira Ahmedabad, SSME ISRO Ahmedabad, and Navrat University Baroda. And this is going to be a very magnificent conference where you'll be having speakers from the international speakers plus national speakers here. We'll be having papers, and there'll be so much going to happen, and there's something more big going to happen with SYNC. and we are very happy enough, and we'll be soon furnishing more details about sync as soon as we get closer to the event. So meanwhile, you can visit sync.cpvs.com to know more and to register yourselves. Apart from this, we are very proud enough to share that CECA Asia is proud partners for Chemex. So it brings me great pleasure and immense pleasure of proud that CECA Asia is the organizing partners of an Indian pavilion at Chemex 2022. And we believe that Chemex is one of the major events that happens in the composite fraternity in the world. So Chemex, as stands for the Composites and Advanced Materials Expo, is the largest non-comprehensive composites and advanced materials event in North America. It is an opportunity to showcase your product and services to the international market. And Chemex is the best source for new solutions, technologies, and ideas you need for your current and future projects. So Chemex is the most robust companies and advanced material education program anywhere in the world. Learn skills, material developments, and processes for more than 100 sessions led by the experts. Gain insights or thorough technical paper presentations and education sessions, and discover best practices from lively panel discussions. So there's so much happening at the Chemex 2022 this time, which is going to happen at Anaheim, California, USA. And we are very much proud. So how will CECA Asia be supporting you throughout? If you're going to exhibit at Chemexes, we are going to get you the best possible booth on your budget and requirement. We'll also help you in getting the IC scheme, which stands for the International Cooperation Scheme that is being provided by MSME industries to all the MSMEs. So if you're an eligible MSME, we'll surely help you benefit from the scheme where you can get remuneration from the MSME industries. CECA Asia will also be available in the event from start to end to take care for your best attendance at Chemex, and we'll help you connect with the Chemex organizers when and wherever required. We'll also help you in the documentation process for visa invitation and everything. And we can also help you with your company invitation to CECA Asia Composites Fraternity globally. So that is all that we can provide you for Chemex. So it's a date with the Composite Fraternity. There are exhibit spaces, sponsorships available, and there are meeting rooms that are going to happen at Chemex. So please be part of it. It's going to happen on October 17th, 18, 19, and 20. It's a 4-day show. It's an exhibition plus conference theme. So be part of it. It's going to happen at Anaheim, California in person. And you can register yourself for a CECA pavilion if you're interested to showcase your products. And even if you want to visit Chemex, please visit chemex.cecaAsia.com, which is a website that is being created by CECA Asia, especially for Chemex. So please do visit, register yourself, and thank you so much for patiently listening to me. And this is all from CECA Asia. And now I'll hand it over to Mr. Krishnan to take away the symposium. So thank you so much for your patience, everybody. So we have Mr. Krishnan with us, and I quickly introduce him again to you. So Mr. Krishnan, he is an innovative technology leader and global business development expert who is having 20 plus years of experience and demonstrated achievements leading multiple manufacturing operations and projects with proven success in advanced thermoset composites and in engineering plastics. He has been invited as a speaker for various conferences by JEC, ANGWA, INGV, JEC Asia, ISOP, and now CECA Asia. So he's the managing director of Gruntech Polymer Consultants, and he's the speaker for the day. And he'll be speaking on carbon glass fiber composites growth in the Type 4 CNG hydrogen LPG tank manufacturing in the recent years. So over to you, sir. You can unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah. So before I start my presentation, I thank CECA for providing the opportunity to share my insights to all the global leaders in this natural gas and LPG and hydrogen sectors. Last 2 decades, what I observed from this market, from technology base and development and product development, manufacturing, and certifications and approvals and follow all the norms and everything. So I came across a lot of hurdles and success. So that experience I like to share with all, because as the market, hydrogen is booming like anything in the past couple of years, and that is the only options we have at the moment. So it is the best time to share whatever I observe from this market. So it will be useful for newcomers or new entrepreneurs, global players, or multinational companies to to start in a proper way. So certain things, what we came across, certain hurdles, and that kind of failures you can avoid it. That will save a lot of crores, millions of money. For that, I just once again thank CECA for providing an opportunity to share my views, particularly Type 3 and Type 4 composite cylinders. So I'm going to present my presentation. I start my presentation now. Krishnan, can you share it?
Yes, sir. I'm already sharing.
Krishnan. Yeah. It is not viewable on my side. Yeah. Okay.
Can you now see?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can see. Sorry, guys.
So you can just ask me to scroll whenever you want to.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. Yes. So before we get into it, so LPG sector we already know. So a lot of improvements have been taken place in so many years, particularly in the LPG sector. So a lot of companies like excellent composites, they are dominating players in the LPG type 4 LPG cylinders market. But now this presentation is mostly focused on type 4 CNG cylinders and hydrogen mostly. So that will give more knowledge to the viewers. So I hope you'll get benefit from these presentations. Particularly global natural gas vehicle market, you take it. So at 2008 onwards, I've been writing various articles and giving presentations on this. So I'm creating a lot of awareness in India and other South Asian countries. The natural gas market segment has reached 30 million plus vehicles on the road by 2021. It seems to be moving ahead of witnessing many CNG variants in the coming days in the global market. Still yet to come. By 2015 or 2016 only, hydrogen will be, the way we expect the infrastructure and electrolyzer investments and projects and everything is taking place. It will take another 3 to 4 years. By the time when you reach 2026, we can see a lot of fuel cell vehicles. So till the time, and after that also, it is not only the hydrogen is going to straight away dominate in the market, not like that. So it can be a combination of electric vehicles and hydrogens and natural gas vehicles, some LPG vehicles. So no three wheelers and that applications still LPG is preferable. Now CNG is replacing it, but still there are no alternative fuel segment that is there. A market is there for them. So, like Asia Pacific is leading in natural gas vehicles, 21 million vehicles on the road. So that you can imagine. So then next Latin America, and then Europe. Latin America 6 million plus, and Europe at 2 million plus natural gas vehicles on the road. And then North America, it's that 300 to $350,000, like 350,000 natural gas vehicles on the road, respectively. This is what the natural gas vehicle. This almost you can imagine like 20 years you can take it. So this reach in this level, 20 to 23 years natural gas market. So predominantly, you can witness how the investment is taking place. A lot of things, or even projects have been uh, reaching this level now, maturity. That level we have already reached. Natural gas vehicle market has witnessed continuous improvements in various part diagrams. So that means various parts, so various new designs have been implemented. So they're enhancing the way user-friendly vehicles. So that is way even the stringent regulations to all the geographical regions, like Europe. We can say they have their norms. North America, in Asia, and even so in individual bodies or their authorities, local government authorities, that they have their norms. So each country has its own stringent norms, because it has to make sure that the users, the environment has to be, everything moves on a smooth way. So the, now the natural gas industry will grow along with. Now hydrogen market is booming up. So in next 3 4 years, you can witness a lot of in Indian roads and other Asian Pacific regions. Europe already is on the a lot of improvements have taken place, and then a lot of projects, programs, hydrogen programs have been implemented to to see the uh, hydrogen vehicles on road, fuel stations. Even Korea also, they implement a lot of programs. Japan, so even North America. So in this whole scenario, Europe is a bit dominating, because uh, uniformity is there. They want to go with the green hydrogen, that segment. So they a lot of global players, OEMs, they're investing. They have collaborations with various companies where they feel that have the most strength. Where the other companies are having weaknesses, they have marketing powers. So they have tied up with the OEMs and everything. So, like as far as the natural gas vehicle is concerned, the market is driving by opening up new stations like CNG stations in various parts of the global market. The infrastructure for the transportation of CNG uh, in the first phase with many projects in India in recent years. Companies like Maruti Suzuki, other companies, they have introduced a lot of variants, a lot of WagonR, like Eco and Ertiga. So a lot of new variants is still on the way in the coming years to come. Uh, That's on next slide. So when you look at the history of the market and the CNGs, you can see it, how the market is. We are reaching it over the years. See, you can look at the histories, the vintage models, and they use how the coal gas way they use, had with the gas conversion. coal gas conversion. So these are the we are no, our technology is advanced. What we are at the moment, it is because of this kind of no, vintage technologies. We are implemented such a way. Now we are using the composite cylinders now. So you can see like first Type 4 car 1960s it is used in rocket applications, and 1992 it is used in cars. So composite Type 4 cylinders. This is the way it has no, it has grown. The growth has been witnessed so far. So next slide. So next slide, please. Yeah, you can see the no, the CNG fuel storage tanks. They used to keep it in the metal one. You can see you can see in 1939 how those days, with the weight and heavy weight and that kind of how people driven, like I say, gas storage tanks and all. So this it has long way. You can see, last almost 80 years, 90 years, you know, we have seen this. They're using the gas storage systems. Let's our next slide, please. So this is like the main type, whether it's a type 3 or type 4 so composite cylinders. Nowadays, no, we have to go with the carbon fiber. We cannot ignore carbon fiber at all, because to reduce the thickness, to get very good properties. The carbon fiber properties. Everybody is, so it's high modulus of elasticity, high tensile strength, high stiffness, high corrosive resistance, high fatigue strength, low thermal expansions, low weight, low weight to strength ratio, high elastic and thermal conductivity in longitudinal directions. These are the main high chemical resistance against acids, solid, and other solvents. Next slide. So this is like you can see there are a lot of carbon fiber players are there. So a lot of players are there. Okay, Untitled, Formosa, a lot of players are there. Like so far the demand is increasing for Type 4 composite cylinders market. So even Torre, they increasing the capacity, but like they expanding adding another 20 to 24,000 metric tons. They're adding up, so you can have it another 3-4 years. They're expanding by 2026. The expansion will take place. So that at that time our demand will be 5-folds what we have at the moment. The 5-folds demand. Carbon fiber manufacturers are already expansion is they invested in their manufacturing plant for the expansions taking place at the moment. We don't, we, I mean, like carbon fiber manufacturer can able to cater the market for automotive applications as well as the wind turbine industry also. So I mean, like we don't have to worry about carbon fiber shortage and other things at all. Such steps taken by the companies is already. So these are the main companies, particularly for carbon fiber manufacturing. So down you can find a leading players like Type 3, Type 4. You can have it everyone, LPG, even hydrogen, even CNG, composite cylinders. So you can see excellent purers, the excellent composites. They are dominating the market. They almost, I can cover the in forthcoming slides. I can explain about that. Like a NPRX, ROXS, and then for SCR, and plastic amnium, ANVA, steelhead, Luxfer. The Uttam Group is taking already acquisition took place, and then the expansion is going on in India in a full-fledged. So quantum field systems, steady and standard. So like how the hexagon composites, how the hexagon furers, hexagon agility. So they have different segments to cater the market for LPG, CNG, hydrogen. So likewise, quantum fuel system, they have very good study history. they are not focusing on the North American market and South American market and Europe. But even the space-related programs they are taking place in a busy schedule at this moment. So even Time Technoplast, Aburi, Composite Metamed, the Untitled Alpha it is on the LPG segment. Time Technology CNG as well as LPG. So Aburi Composites, even Chinese TNID, even excellent composites CMRI, Enric company, they already have a joint venture with them. They established their stronghold in the Chinese market. So already, so in another 2-3 years, Excellent Composite will be dominating with the Type 4 cylinders in Chinese market. They made such a way. In India, talks are going with a couple of companies. Hopefully in next 4 to 5 years, so some new, at least five minimum, 5 new players will be emerging for a type of cylinders for CNG as well as hydrogen. The main the, the main market is going to be China and India in coming months. So like there are companies, some companies they started uh, manufacturing type of cylinders. They got approvals, and well, each country, when you enter into each country, you got to follow the norms and everything. So it's not a one day, like a 1 month or 2 months. Well, it's a lengthy process. Sometimes you have to wait for 3 months to 12 months for the approval to come. So that's our next slide. Next slide. Yeah, these are the proposals. You can see the no. We come to know about only the four so far. The last 3-4 years, the fifth one has come. The Type 4, Type 5, the fifth one. So I don't have to explain in detail. As already 1 and 2, 3 all metal, and 2 are only hook wrapped, and 3 is the fully wrapped. So aluminum steel based on your designs. Type 4, that's it's inner liner is a plastic body. Uh, Based on your design, you can make entire, like a full glass fiber you can wrap, or a carbon fiber combination of carbon and glass you can make it. The fifth one is linerless. This has come up with a lot of new ideas. It's still in the early stage. We cannot comment. I don't want to negatively make any impact on this design. We are still welcome for the Type 4, Type 5, sorry, Type 5, but it will take at least another, immediately you cannot see in the market. It might take 5 years or 10 years even still, because the way Type 4 it took almost 20 years more for the Indian and Chinese market, to adopt this technology. Type 5, so it might take years, but still we are welcome. We have to be that we have to access the technology in such a way that that only the future. Usually people used to think only about the metal. Now we have Type 3 and Type 4. Now Type 4 also the same. We cannot see it in any near future. The Type 4 cylinders on the road, but it's still welcome mode. So that's our next slide. So this is the one. The key advantages of composite cylinders are cylinders made of composite with lower weight compared to the you can see it conventional one. So other one is excellent corrosion resistance. The composites have better dynamic stability over a temperature fluctuation due to low coefficients of thermal expansion. Suitable additives can impart very good fire retardant properties in composite cylinders. So certain things you cannot as a consultant or any company cannot reveal it. What kind of resin system they are using, what hardness system they are having. They were using thiols base, hardener, or aliphatic, aromatic, aldate base. So, like everything we cannot reveal. So when a company start a new design, first they have to design such a way, the analysis everything they have to do it, and after that only they can go for a development prototype make. When the prototype, they have to go through a couple of areas. Straight away you cannot make a successful particularly in this segment. So you know that if you go with a low investment, so if you want to compromise on so many things, you'll be reaching 60% of the your optimum point. But you are better 30 to 40% will be still lacking because you compromise so many other things that we'll be discussing in coming slides. I can explain you. Higher fatigue endurance limits up to 60% of the ultimate tensile strength. This is non-toxic. So this is where the composites plays a vital role in dominating the market over metal cylinders. Next slide, please. Weight ratio. So the weight ratio, you can see the type 1 cylinder metals 1:1 to 1.5 kg per liter. 0.7. It is a standardized one. You can add plus or minus 5 to 10%. Like improvements in the design. Even improved metal also. Some improvements that took place last 7-8 years. So these are standard. You can keep in mind 0.3 to 0.4 per type 3 per kg per liter. Type 4 0.35 to 0.5 kg per liter. And the type 4, so if you have a better impact strength, impact is you need to have a glass fiber on top. It is a ratio of 80:20, some 70:30, 60:40 based on your design. Some go for a 50-50. So I made a tank with a glass fiber alone. We are past 8,500 psi. So with the glass fiber, but the thickness is very high. It will take a couple of hours of winding. So you imagine, with glass fiber, you can reduce the costing. You don't have to depend on the carbon fiber, but you can make the cylinder. But still, 100% pass all the tests, homologation tests, everything you have to pass with. Glass fiber is not at all sufficient. You can make it. It's not a high factor of safety and everything. Keep in mind, high thickness, the winding time is high. So you can imagine the labor costs and the electricity costs and everything we add. So that's why carbon fiber. The thickness is less winding. You can make the cylinders like 45 minutes to 1.5 hours, depends on the type of the ratios on your like 70-30 or 80-20 or 60-40. The winding time the manufacturing time will increase. So this is the way type 4. That's why 0.35 to 0.5. Why are we put 0.5 per kg per liter? That is a glass fiber contribution is there. That's why. Like whereas in the type 3, you can go with the because inner body is a metal liner, so you can go with the carbon fiber alone. So cost wise, type 3 and type 4 cylinders sold in the market is like a 2.5 to 3.5 times that of metal cylinder. So you can imagine the pricing. So if you deal with the OEMs, then the pricing your margin will be less, and you have to reduce the pricing. If you will go aftermarket, if you have the channels of such a way, you can increase the profit. So still you can add, including all the like manufacturing costs, other workshops and labors, electricity, material wastage, and everything. You can add it. Still you can see 25 to 30% profit margin is there. You can keep it. Only like for manufacturing tank is $350 it comes off. They'll sell it in the market somewhere plus some $50. So if you go with the OEMs, margin will be reduced. They use the price in such a way because it's a bulk volume. So obviously you need to run the manufacturing sector. So you have to compromise for the OEMs. Well, it is always advisable to go with the 2-3 OEMs orders straight away. So that's a long process. Once you pass all the tests and when you get a certification and local authorities approval and everything, even they will test it on the OEMs also. They test the cylinders on the road and see based on that. After a couple of months only they will place order. But receiving order from the OEMs, it is advantageous and easy to see the growth of your companies in the Asia Pacific and European market. So you don't have to sell your cylinder to the US because US market is already players are there. They'll Excel companies, they have a plant in the US. They'll take care of the market. How players from the new companies start this project in Asia Pacific, they are focused on the Asia Pacific margin first, and then European market. Like the OEMs, they can play the game the way they want it in the market. So easily you can get it. Next slide, please. So Type 4 cylinders, you can see the liner that plays a very big role. So I'm not, for example, when I take when I look at my all this last 15 years, we had a meeting with more than 60 customers, all the most of the multi-million dollar companies. So sometimes low investment they sort of they come up with it. So I want to start a project for low investment. I said sorry, I don't want. I don't want to take project because I know the result where it will go in. Because already I had experience with a low investment project. So we have to compromise a lot of things. So that's why I tell them, if you go with this investment, you will not pass all the tests, you will not be in the market on your third year. Otherwise, you will be. I know a company, they got some, they have done some couple of tests in Europe and US also. They couple of tests they've done it. Even 2-3 tests, they're still not able to pass on it. So they still not pass it. So they're still struggling. I know companies 15 years they have been trying with the same thing. I know companies they come up with the only focus. Can we make we are rotor molding, we are liner, we are manufacturing. So we don't want to go the three molder which I mentioned. The three pieces, like extruded tube and then two injection molding. So it has to be well. This is what the second composite and everyone know. They started with this technology. They made very good success in the market, global market. No, that three-piece welder, that is liner. So high density polyethylene, nylon, you name it. Even future many materials here, there are options are there. It's not only these materials. We have to explore such a way. Once you get into a project, the team has to work on such a way that it's a 5-member team, senior management team. We have to have it, and each one on the machinery. One person has to development, design, and production, and everything. You have to synchronize. One person has to synchronize and everything. See, make this, just within a year, you cannot make a very good time. It take a couple of years of experience of the person from the same industries who has knowledge on this production knowledge. Some has design knowledge, some has machineries. They know which machineries how to reduce winding time and how to So if you want to go with the automation completely, that also you have to explore. You have to add it. It is not only the reducing the thickness of the laminate. I mean the carbon laminate of the cylinder, and it is not only the winding time of the within hour we have to make a tank. 40 minutes you have to make a 45 minutes or make one tank. It's not like that. You have to make a product which has to speak in years, not only in a couple of years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Also, the performance has to be there in the tank. Such kind of technology you have to visualize yourself such a way that where are the cylinders do exposure to the environment or like improper maintenance, even some chemical fills and some not proper. So periodic inspection not take place. It has to your cylinder has to perform the way it is day one. So that kind of um, development and visualization, one has to visualize this before getting this project. Then only you get succeed in this project. You can see the liners again, a roto molder. You can make a roto molder is a very good option. Blow molder you can it's a single piece, so you can make a very good option. So as of now, this tray only is available. Where in type 5 tank, this no liner is there. So they make composite for. With the help of carbon fiber resistance system, they make type 5. That's why. So you can imagine. So like a lot of uh, people, the authority bodies and everybody, the independent inspection bodies, like notified bodies. They have to study such a way and see the practically they have to see it. It takes a couple of years, not maybe 5 years, 10 years, in 10 years, 15 years, because and also it has to be easy to make. So such a way. So I'm talking about type 4 here. So you can see the first you need to have your analysis. One more thing, guys, you can make a tank without doing FE analysis. Okay, you can make that you can make tank with 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, but you need to have design analysis. That 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 only determines to get a 100% ISO approval, your local authority bodies approval, then only you get it. So just you can have liner design and for namesake, we are going with a helical winding, hook winding, this much five, it's 6 numbers. Like you can make, even your tank can pause that without having the proper design. Then boss part is very important. We think that is first when you do line of testing and everything, boss is very good. It will not like that. You have to visualize when your cylinders pass fatigues the cyclic loading test like 50,000 to 45,000 cycle numbers it has passed, and then you will have a confidence on your cylinder that okay, so we are in the right directions. So 50 to 60% we have reached. So then we can make very good tanks. Our tank will speak in the market with getting all the approvals and everything. But there are other tests to do. Critical, and then we need to focus on the bullet penetration test. We are tested by ourselves, bullet penetration test. So we passed it. When you go into bonfire, first, we didn't have a proper, thermal pressure releasing device and everything. We kept it, the wall. So we cannot, the cylinder got failed. So then we came to know where we had done mistakes and everything. We learned a lot of things from the one cylinder blast. So no, that kind of pressure came. We were almost our team was there. It's not in India, in other country. So so some people got injured and not major. So some damage was happened. We couldn't come out of it from almost 1 month. You can imagine that kind of impact. So after again we studied, thorough investigate, and then wall we change the wall thing. But nobody will take responsible. When they see the blast, they were obviously they blame the manufacturers only. So the wall manufacturer will not come forward. Pressure release, PRD, pressure release device, people will not take responsibility. So after thorough analyze the particular incident, then we have changed certain things. After that, with the help of local military, army, we tested a test, bonfire test and blood penetration, test with the help of army. So it has passed. Why I'm telling this, some people think a bus test and cyclic test, yeah, we are right, we are on. After passing this test, what happens if your car gets fired and the cylinders do not rupture? The gas has to know such a way that your thermal pressure releasing devices has to work on. It has to vent out the gas like that. There will be there won't be any rupture at all. So that kind of design you need to have it. Not all the cylinders. If you follow the proper design material without compromising anything, you will get the result, such a result. That's what in the emboss design is very important. So you have to take a lot of time, a long time for the emboss design. You have to see. So we in roto molding, when you make 10 liners, all the 10 liners can be able to make without any failures in the liner system in particular portion. You have to check it. If you make it, if the system is not good, if you make 10 liners, five liners will be failure. You will normal test, liner test itself will leakage will come. Then you can imagine. So when you go for a sound on the board, I'm not talking about hydrogen, even CNG. If you have a 500, 600 board, you need to have effect of safety, you need to have it. Mostly P companies, they'll make it even sound on the board. So it has to roll. Even after 5 years, 10 years, the same performance has to be there. such a way, your design has to speak in the market. Then only the reputation will gain up. And the OEMs and all the players, automatically your name in the market, you can flourish in the market. You can see it. So that kind of design and development and homologations and production unit you need to have, the periodic influencing and everything you need to have. Then only, if any liner, if you're not satisfied with the what norms is you're following, then you have to cancel that entire batch. Particularly, even particular design also, certain cases, liner design is not verified by the notified like a company's individual players, individual body, they are not accept at all. So it is such a way you have to travel when you take up this project. Next slide, please. That's on next slide. So you can see the sizes. Now, when you start this project, don't aim for a I can make. So we can make the tank in just 2 years. We can make 5 number tanks. Just take 60 liters, 70 liters, or 90 liters based on. And particularly talking with CNG, I'm not talking with LPG. It takes a long time. So I don't want to. Most of people are aware of the LPG market. So you can see that you can take 60 liters, 70 liters. Like before starting the project, also you can have a discussion with the OEMs. So if you have well-reputed companies, they can easily convince the OEM. You can update, every segment of your project. You can update to them. So such a way you have to go. Focus on one cylinder at a moment. So for the same liner diameter, so I can I can increase the length, and then I can go with the other tanks. That is later stage. Now, first 3 years, you have to focus on only one cylinder. Right? When machinery is ready, the project funding is ready, you have to spend for initially you have to spend for the machinery and the design, and everything is take place. So 15 to 18 months, you can complete all the approvals. So maximum 18 months. If certain things 15 months or even 12 months, you can take it. But we don't have to be rushed on anything, particularly this. It goes its own way. You have to share all the drawings and calculations and particular authorities for you to increase India. You need a SEC that it is. You have to share with them in such a way, mutually. Everything is, data you have to provide. This is not only when you do the complete and design, refi analysis and everything, if you are done properly before starting and getting into prototype. So if you have data, so this can be, what designs. Another thing is, you may have very good design and everything, resin data and carbon fiber data, so everything is placed, everything is you feed into the analyze design software and everything. All the analysis is done. When you make it into the practical, there also you have the best of machine, the best of facilities, testing facilities, the best of resin system, the best of carbon fiber or glass fiber. So such a way you have to. If you compromise even for one thing or one materials, that result you can see it when you go for approvals and ISO certification or things. You can easily see the difference. Because even point not 1% one compromise. Such a way you have to approach this one. It can be done easily, but determination, you can easily achieve your goal. Next slide, please. Now, some of the accidents which took place in all this learning, there are not much, but there are sizable amount of accidents took place in US and even China and Korea, Japan, even France and other countries in Europe, in Asia also. Witness a couple of. You can see them. There are some misunderstanding of the users, the taxi drivers and other people. It used to be 10 years before they put instead of CNG ways in the place, they put LPG cylinders, composite cylinders. You can see the difference. Okay, why That vehicle is three-wheeler is meant for LPG or CNG. We cannot put a CNG application to every single. So what is working to the 20 bar in the spectroscopy maximum 140 by 140 bars. So what will happen? This has to go 700 bar to withstand. So such accident took place, and most of the accidents that took place in the US and Europe, even Korea and China. The composite cylinder did not rupture at all because of other failures. It may be various factors. So cylinders got approvals and everything, local body approvals and everything. So that norms they're following in the even homologation of the manufacturing process. So the not real inspection not done properly. The wall they might have changed. So various other options. So that scenario, no. So the failure of the reason for accidents. Next slide, please. So if one cylinder blast happens in the market, after that, the people or in the government authorities or the OEMs, they will big estate to come to have a talk with your companies for the next place in the next order. I know companies for LPG. It took many years. I met them in person also. Certain things didn't work out. I didn't want to take up the project from them. So they started with the projects, but still they had some other issues. Took 5, 6 years for them to get into the market in a proper way. So why means because you should not compromise on certain things. To cut down the costing of the total composite cylinder, if you take a step to compromise on the materials and machinery or anything, name it, you can anything. So even the thickness of the instead of having 9 mm thickness, 8 mm thickness, if you reduce it to 1 mm, you can see the result in the market. So the composite cylinder will not rupture. So your design is very good. Your product is approval, got up IS approval and everything. So your cylinder will not rupture at all. That you have to keep in mind. It will release a gas. The gas will vent out like this. So whether it's over pressure also there like this. Even bonfire, so it will release such a way. Even blood penetration also, it will release the gas. It will not rupture. So that is a way the safetiness, IS safetiness composite type of cylinder is good. The next slide, right? You can see the next one. The roof. You can see the bus roof. You can see the lot of cylinders. It is TRB, thermal PRB devices failed due to the fires. When the fire is took place, you can see the cylinders didn't rupture at all. It went out and the fire got the fire. Next slide, please. So such a way, so we have to keep in mind. So like the type of cylinders mounted on the back of the, you can see mounted on the trunk position. So you can see the impacted by fully loaded gas in transport. So such a collision took place. You can see no leakage or rupture. Actually, after the investigation, the investigator stated that the strength provided by the carbon fiber in the fuel tank probably saved the driver's life. So you can imagine. So this is where the carbon fiber plays a major role. It has got very good tensile strength, 4,900 MPa, the modulus 230 GPa. You can imagine. So the kind of carbon fiber compared to other available fibers. So I tried with basalt fiber also. So very good. We made it as good as glass fiber. When it comes to the carbon fiber, not only price, we are spending a lot of money for carbon fiber. Performance such a way, relying on carbon fiber, particularly this part. So next slide, please. So mainly there are misconceptions, take place in all these years, which I observed. This is all what I observed from this, the material, plastic material, permission. So this is most of the major issues recently. All the developers are having issues. So there's such a way. what is happening, no? The permission level is there. You have to understand one thing. Even plastic pods or there are limited permission level is there. For example, when you go with the no permission, like I can explain in one of the slides later. The permission, no, based on that, some companies, no, they delayed, no, even they got approval and everything, even they delayed the process and production to get orders. So they face such issues, permission. This is very important. So we not only emboss line the material has to have such a way, so the permission has to work out. So that if you go in so detail, that is no, that can be no only project based. Only we can explain, we can talk about it. Improper road conditions. Yes, why India and China? China also okay. India why stayed a bit in those days. Indian road is such a condition. We have connectivity through the whole India. Some roads are, our road conditions and everything. So no metal cylinders can withstand everything. The composites will not withstand. No, when you have speed breaker and some some holes and some road is not even and everything. So that misconception is still there in the minds of the government officials. Now they understood that typhus cylinders is very good for whatever the road conditions scenario is. No, typhoid will give a smooth ride, to the users, drivers. So then next, confusion over type 3 and type 4. I'm not against type 3 and no metal cylinders. So metal cylinders has to be there. Type 3 is a very protective and you can use it. Same way type 4. I have said all the the benefits of type 4. So type 3, if you're using type 3, we're going to start with type 3. It's very good. We're going to start with type 4. Project is good. So I'm not saying technically I don't want to blame this design this with that design good. That will come later, but type 3 is so far so good. Type 4 is damn good. That other one is not well known the properties of composite cylinders. You can imagine, no? When I in 2019 when we had I don't want to name anyone. When a government official from a particular country, he was talking about type 3 with the type 4 technologies, pictures and liners and everything. He was talking about type 3. So that kind of confusion it was there. Uh, once you understand this, these 4 models, then after that, the confusion will not no longer exists in your mind. So that is not well known the properties of the composite industry. So only those who are in the plastic industry, the composite industry will know very well about the composite properties. Like a metal rebar, TMT bar metal is there. Now it's a composite board is replacing. We know. If you tell the normal people, they will not keep it. No, metal is metal. Composite is kind of plastic. No, it will not work out. It bend. It will get ruptures. Everything. No, that way they will tell. But that is not the case. Now there's such a promotion, awareness on using type 4 cylinders in particularly kitchenware applications, hydrogen cylinder for hydrogen applications, such as like transportation, taking gases to mother stations to daughter stations, stationary places, like petrol banks and gas filling station, they have the stationary point tanks also. That type 4 plays a vital role now. It is accepted by all. So now the people also slowly change their mindset and towards type 4 technology. The next point is composite type 4 cylinders, CNG cylinders. Okay, now it has been approved. A lot of vehicles, premium vehicles, you can see like metals in the conversions is off of this composite cylinders. They'll say a lot of when you have a premium car, passenger car, they don't mind if the type of technology is very good to the drivers and the owners of the car. Surely they'll go for it, they spend for it because they want the best of best in the market, the latest technology. So such a way the market has to look at the new technology. So people mindset also is changing towards adopting the type of technology. Type of cylinders can last for more than 100,000 cycles in fatigue testing. Imagine. So per day you can you do refueling for 2 times. You can imagine 10 or 15 years, 20 years the service life. Still, you can have use without any issues, problematic, without any problematic. You will have your cylinders on road in such a way. So it's suitable to weather, all weather it is suitable. It has been approved. We have witnessed in Europe, Canada, North America, so that road conditions. It is because of carbon fiber. We are getting that because of carbon fiber strength and modulus. So we are able to use this composite cylinder for technology. Next slide, please. So next slide. So this is next I'm talking about economic efficiency. You can see the steel cylinders on the current graph, CNG cylinders. You can see the economic efficiency. So next slide. So now the industry is adopting type of cylinders, mainly buses, the truck and the heavy duty vehicles, even the marine application. They're sort of using type of cylinders now. So the market is expanding. So one side is carbon fiber. Carbon fiber requirement is huge. Already the carbon fiber manufacturer they've taken the steps for the expansion of to have to in another 3 years to have more carbon fiber available in the global market. Toray is taking such a step. All the players are taking such a step. So 5 times it's going to 5 times increase. Okay, what we have the sizable amount of the required demand for a carbon fiber for type 4 application, type 3, type 4 application, LPG, CNG, hydrogen all together. So you can see so you can imagine 5 times it's going to be increasing by 2026, 27. So that kind of imagine that kind of requirements is take place. So next slide, please. So in this one, so like you can see that the glass fiber for a wood binding on trifold, so to have to better impact strength and everything. Passenger cars, so you can have you're offering 60 liters, 70 liters, 90 liters. If you capture that market passenger car segment, after that only you can go. After a couple of years, that means once you're when you're able to make 130 liters, 150 liters, 200 liters, then after that you can slowly increase move to the long length one, 150 liters, 250 liters, 200 liters, size liter capacity, same like accelerated can you can go in the later stage. Next slide, please. So next, in the economic efficiency, I want to point out that there are a lot of points. So since time constraint is there for the presentation, so in India you can see that the transport cost of CNG within cities can come down from 10 rupees to less than 5 rupees or even 6 rupees or 5 rupees, 4 rupees. You can keep it just for 5 rupees per kg by using pump fibers in this series. You can imagine. And then more than double the quantity can be carried in less than half the weight. So when you use the car and the composite cylinders over the metal cylinders, you can imagine you have to carry the metal cylinders weight also. So you can whereas if you're using this, that's what maintenance can be reduced. Tire getting replaced at 65,000 kilometers against 15,000 kilometers earlier. So it used to be like now Asian countries started showing interest in composite model. So like you can see. So this is tire. You don't have to replace your tires compared to metal that kind of weight. And, composite cylinder payback capacity, payload capacity is you can imagine. So how much cost is saving. Next slide, please. So like this is a CNG vehicle, bus and car. You can see just as it's a comparison. Don't get into too much on the rating and everything. Just compared to steel. You see, you can see 1000 kg, 500, you can see 300, difference 700 for buses. Bus, 120 liter water, you can see steel generates 110. It can be made under 100 kg also. It's possible for steel. I'm just putting a figure, right? 35. You can see this is a way. The difference you can imagine. Actually, 7% cost. If it's type of technologies, carbon fiber absolute. So you can see the demand. So to deliver a customer 1 kg of CNG, the steel trailer must also deliver 6.6 kg of steel. Whereas in composite, if you take it this way, it comes only 1.47 kgs. So you can see the long way. You can see the differences by using composite cylinders. Next slide, please. So this is generally North America. If you see, 90% buses run on excellent composites with the Type 4 cylinders. Okay, so North America alone. That means they are a dominant player. There are other players out there. Then I'm not saying that their product is not as good as example. Their products also good. They also got a full all the things. Their tanks has been cylinders has been used in rocket applications and other space programs. But why I'm talking about excellent company? Such a way they have a team, marketing team. So, keep on updating the liner material. They keep on. If anything want to change the liner, they improve. They improve the technology. They improve. The improve is there. So that is where they work out. So in 2003 onwards, so when I met for 2004, when I interact with the people from Excellent Composites, that time itself they are meeting companies in China, the OEMs in China, the OEMs in Ashok Leyland, in India, other players. So that you can imagine 20, 19, 18, 20, 90 years back itself they started to get into the market by 2022. So that kind of continuous, no, we need the vision is there, should be there. Then only once your prototype is ready, approval is ready, then you have to get into having meetings with the OEMs. There will be a couple of players will be there, but they cannot. All the players cannot offer the number of cylinders. You have to keep in mind. Okay, that way you have to work out. So there's still a lot of players. The demand will be more. A lot of players are there, still needed. So in India itself, for Indian market, we still need a minimum 5 players, new players. Like you can keep an imagine in China, where these companies will dominate the market. That's not an issue at all. We need millions of cylinder requirements is there. If you take, for example, if you saw your client also, they have done a feasibility study after serving everything, then the price is high. Market is accepting the price, man, for price per cylinder. What is you want? You have to make the best of it. You have to provide the cylinders, and you have to make it. You have to manufacture the type of cylinder. Money, cost is not an issue at all. The premium customers ready to buy it. The OEMs, after calculation, all the payload capacity, everything, our material cylinders, they change the mind. The OEMs are ready for it. Are they placing orders? Such a way it is going on. Even leading players in India placing orders in Europe. So that is the way it's going on. So don't drop the project or don't. The feasibility study says that this is 3%, 3 times costlier, 3.5 times costlier. Don't drop it. You have to work out. You have to material manufacture, carbon fiber manufacture, glass fiber manufacture, resin manufacture. You have to use the price. You have to negotiate with them. You have to use the price with them. Even the product, even if you sell the product extra $50 extra, $100 extra per cylinder, still the requirement is there from OEMs because we need it. Badly, we need a type of cylinders on the market. That is what I'm taking more time, at least to see this point. So don't take this pricing consideration when you start this project. Pricing consideration is there. Everybody knows uh, 3 times or 3.5 times. Even you can use unto 2.75 times. the size that gets bigger, the more length you get, the price bigger. What type of cylinders? So we can easily work out such a way. So, but still you can keep the profit margin if you have size of business. That is what. So excellent composites has been not mostly or most of the OEMs they're placing orders. They have such a tie-up with the collaboration with them. Day by day it is increasing. So excellent composites, whether it's excellent opposite, whether excellent purers or agility, whatever it is. Next slide, please. That is what I'm telling. So the excellent composites, you can see there, no? They already not almost. I don't want to say exact number. Almost close to 18 to 20. You can keep it in 18 to 20 million LPG cylinders are already sold. You can imagine the the profit margin of them. All this year, 20 million cylinders they were able to sold in the market. Then in forthcoming years, you can hear how much demand will increase. Lot, 3 times the business they will get it for only LPG cylinders alone for kitchen for a home application. So what else? So you can imagine the CNG and as well as in the hydrogen. So this is a market they already almost their cylinders are now they already know entered the Asia Pacific is a region they focus on. China already is CMA is the Enric company they already have joined venture. Excellent composites. So they'll be sort of making the and India's time Thermoplastic like companies Little Group is coming in a big way. So there I will some great success in Indian market also. So likewise, each player has to have enter into various. They cannot depend on one region. First, domestic module is very important. In parallel, you have to go other countries. So such a contact you need to have, such a marketing team you need to have. Such a tank you have to give them for the trials, run on the you have to bear the expense by yourself. So that no that itself you receive millions of couple of millions you need to spend from your pocket. Such a way, that's what the more friendly, the more when it fulfill the requirements of the volume, it's when you place orders. Next, this is a Titan tank. So you can see. So next slide. The forthcoming slide, you can see the next one. Stand up. This is what excellent composites stands tall in this segment. You can see 10,000 cubic meters capacity of sales. There are other variants also. LPG is not only supply line. So 5 type, like in 5 magnum, 1,320 cubic meter of CNG at 360 psi. So this is what it's going. So now let's move on hydrogen. Hydrogen is important. So you can see a lot of investment is taking place in 2050. It is expected $10 trillion of investment is going to take place from one hydrogen fuel cell related project. You can imagine how much investment is taking place. Companies like Fortune 500 companies and petrochemical companies, OEMs, all are investing in electrolyzer, green hydrogen productions, even some into ammonia, green ammonia, some into methanol. So a lot of investment is taking place. You can see, 2 to 3 years already started. A lot of expansion, 5 gigawatt or 10 or 20. So a lot of. So now you can see hydrogen. You can see that what is hydrogen generally. So the low carbon hydrogen for the water electrolysis using renewable power is green. This is what a green hydrogen is. You can see. That means the next one is low carbon hydrogen from water electricity by using nuclear power. When you're using nuclear power for using hydrogen, that is called P. Low carbon hydrogen from natural gas using reforming with carbon capture storage, that is blue. Low carbon hydrogen from coal gasification with carbon capture storage, that is purple color. So based on the color, there is a green. Other one is low carbon hydrogen from natural gas pyrolysis in solid carbon protection, that is turquoise. The other one is low carbon hydrogen from biogas pyrolysis using renewable electricity. That is the solid carbon production, that is carbon negative. So next slide, please. So this is fuel. Now we have to say we should not say it. It's like or electric vehicles. Fuel. Those who are in fuel cell industry, they will passing out electric vehicles market. No, it is not such a.
Uh, Give us few minutes, guys. There's some issue with our speaker. We'll get back to you in few seconds. Thank you for your patience.
Sorry audience. This is a way to maintain the calculator. When you look at the fuel cell, you should not bashing out the electric vehicles. It is not begin electric vehicles. It is not a big battery electric vehicles versus fuel cell vehicle. It is against. You can say fuel cell electric vehicles and then internal combustion engine. So you have to categorize these two such a way because electric vehicles should grow simultaneously or with fuel cell electric vehicles growing. The part should be there. So we should not say what will happen if the battery is get damaged. What happens if the sub circuit is happens? Battery will forget. That will overcome. That will overcome. They also has to. The hydrogen is the zero emission. That is our concern. So we have the market. Hydrogen is going to be the future. That is for sure. But people who want to have electric vehicles, so let them have it. The battery-based electric, let them have it. Let them have the flexible drive. So steps should follow on making composite tanks, particularly for you need to design minimum the calculated tension. The tension through each layer to the last layer, the tension has to be maintained. Okay, it is advisable to stick with recommended pure temperature and time. So to obtain the to obtain the optimum strength, you have to follow the resin system manufacturer. What they suggested you to 60 degrees, 60 degrees, high temperature. You have to keep it for 10, how many hours, 6 hours or 4 hours, depends on the resin system, and then maintain the required resin content throughout all layers. That means one left got some layers 30, 70, 30, some layers 27 percent resin system, fiber system, some 40, 60, 40. So uniformity will be missing. Your design is very good. Everything, even practically, if you don't have a quality technician, skilled technician who who knows the technology of this PLC, how it behaves, so how it how it can perform when you are more resin over the carbon fiber. reinforcement percentage. You have to such a way uniformly to avoid that one. So some people know if the volume is more, you have success in the business. You can go with the top end. So you don't have to mix with the resources and on the resin part and spend time cleaning on this and that. Straight away you go on the top end. Even then, it costs you expensive. No doubt. But it will increase the time. The production volume increase. As in feel the labor, the environment will be, it's very good, user friendly. They can make one tank is only when you can have the complete automation of security. It's recommended. Then you'll have very good. So number one cylinder, how it performs. Number 70, number cylinder will be having the same performance of like the cylinders. So that kind of approach should be needed for the. Then another point is maintain the require resin content throughout all layers. Avoid fiber breakage. Overlapping some people know fiber breakage they put a knot and this and that. And some they'll the, the resin has to integrate with the fiber. Okay? The integration should be there properly. And also it should not break. So not overlapping. So overlapping you can see it. You can see it. When you're ultrasound or whatever scanning you see, and you can see it, So where is a good point, you can easily find out. So mostly avoid the breakage. So that means still breakage is coming out of fiber cutting is overlapping. So you're not having the proper approach towards the resin system, fiber tools and field and then, it has to be covered. Then you got to make such adjustment in the resin system. So that's what some people know. Some companies go for secret training. So instead of training, they go for top training. So avoid void content. So void content you have to avoid it. This will make easy this when you have void and then over when the seed is fitted in the car after 2 years, 3 years, some chemical some kerosene can the driver will keep it with the no inventory. Some receive some resin, some solvent, something you'll keep it near the type of. So some chemical spirits not like. So that will even top layer any voids is done, any portion inside void also goes. That will become weak point. So over a period, automatically it will have issues. Your tank will performance will be reduced. So next, look at the next one. This inspection notice. These are the notice bodies. So when your design is ready to install everything, for the right to simultaneously you have to deal with these notice bodies. Local authorities, India Police Service, the China and local body authorities. So these are DN, TUV, DNA, GS, CECA, Vista, Lloyds, and Kiva, Agragas. You are so many more is there. Limitedly, I want to show this one. So this is a batch test. You can see. I don't want to get into market and production everything in pocket. So limit a certain person I'm covering in that. If you produce 200 tank, every 200 produced tank, one cylinder has to go for a gas. The cyclic load, every 1,000 produced cylinder, one cylinder has to go for a cyclic load test. This is a scenario. So, okay, if you once for the development for the homologation testing, you need to drop test, bonfire test, the test burst test, boss start test, that is main permission test, and bullet penetration. Bullet penetration also that is also mandatory, but this up to permission, that's homologation testing. It has to pass on. Next, so this is the next one is by my experience. So these are the things. No compromise on these following factors. First one, listen. Some people say I can have preliminary writing, any low molding or ammonia, and cheaper, like 1/5 of the cost of what is happening in the market, or we can use it the used one, old one. Some changes to be made, and we can make a liner. Don't compromise on the machinery. That is my humble request. Is if you compromise on the machine itself, 20% is gone. Okay, 80%, 100% is getting for its highest approval. Only 20% is gone. And the next raw materials. Some people say, why not use vinyl SS? Why not use polyester, EPRS? Like that they will say, don't compromise on the decisions. Epoxy system, you can try with other. It is not immediately you have to go with epoxy. Most of the players are using epoxy system. Thermoplastic liner. So liner is you can have a now stick layer, other materials are Cpvs. In coming years, a lot of research is taking place on trying out other liner materials. So we can expect more reinforcement of glass, aramid, carbon fibers. So that you have to based on your design again. It's not you have to follow this what your design, how much thickness you what you need to have, how much water capacity you can hold, how much whatever gas you hold. So it's you're holding 2 kg or 3 kg of 4.6 kg or 9 kg hydrogen of 350 liters. Whatever. It depends. So what depends on your design. So then you have to go with the emboss. Don't compromise on the emboss. What liner costing comes around, as close as the the emboss design material cost will come. So emboss and TPR, thermal pressure release device and walls, they're not unapproved. So unlicensed and unapproved material don't buy it from the market and over that they approved on the premium one. And totally, if you want to increase the volume and if you increase the quality of the seals, you can go with the purple. The costing will go higher. Obviously, it will be higher. 15 to 25% it may get increase. You can increase it. If you for long orders, even if you can have it operate in-house also manufacturing, you can have it. So that is also possible. Either room temperature as well as a freezer based on the available technologies around the world. And the testing equipment, testing you go with the test and development. First you have the development, the design and everything. That will take 8 to 10 months. Homologation 9 to 12 months. You can freeze. If you want, you can freeze 2 months more. But you can reduce it. But this is a maximum. Production you can, and then after the production, end of line testing, batch testing, periodic inspection throughout the life, so service life and decommissioning. Once you have the once it has been used 15 years, 2 years, the model after that. The recycling, proper recycling, the composite recycling things. You can see most of the industries. If you go over if you look at the company's backyard, you can see a lot of changes in the line. In the future, already a pyrolysis method is vegetable oil, pyrolysis method as well. We have to, that kind of visualization is needed for the environment and also this project. The company has to, simultaneously they have to have this kind of recycling of the composite materials. You can regain certain position, certain possibility, not 100%, 90%, 95% some cases, in some cases 80%. That kind of, the resin system can use some that resin you can use it for some other applications such as solvent or something else. So these are the, and then follow a batch test on cylinders as per ISO standard. So once the failure happens, particularly whether it's a liner or a cylinder while doing the batch test, certain tests you have to carry out. If one failure happens, you have to stop complete the batch of the cylinders in the batch. You have to scrap it. You have to investigate before starting the next batch. So this is mandatory. Without doing any thorough investigation, like for namesake, you blame someone. This has happened. This because of that. Because material quality you have to check. Resin system you have to check. Gel timing is what we discussed. Everything if you have and the fiber, everything you have to check it, and after that only you have to do it. Okay, you have to make a conclusion. The next, the future trends. You can see hydrogen. We have talked now the future. This is my observation. I'm working on a couple of things in the project sector in bioplastic. Bioplastic, it's a bio-based polyethylene. Already is there in the market. Next 3 years, it has been fulfilled. The orders have been booked by the players in the industry. Bio-based. Imagine bio-based, not a fossil fuel-based polyethylene. Bio-based, bio-source. Then nylon, already in the market. PSA, polyhydroxide sulfates, which is very good. You can try it in the future. Then furanic chemistries, the furanic polymer, biopolymers is already coming in the market. The translations, we are in the commercialization process. In another 1 or 2 years, you can, in the commercialization gets over, and you can see the materials in. Other one, bio-based acrylonitrile. The good point is you can see the acrylonitrile only is a base for a carbon fiber. That acrylonitrile itself, you can produce by bio-based one. You get it from. So that progress also development is going on. A lot of research, and so in coming years you can see the carbon fiber, bio-based carbon fiber, that is acrylonitrile, and then the bio-based epoxy. Epoxy is there. I mean, like a cashew cell, various where we have seen last 20, 30 years. Long history is there for this epoxy. Now the epoxy chemistry is the technology has improved. A lot of research are taking place. It's a very good, tremendous results are coming out. So in future, bio-based epoxy resin will be available for these applications. So these are the things, and then expect a milestone achievement by bio-based carbon fiber in the next 5 years, as I said earlier. Green hydrogen from biogas and wastewater. So the world moving towards green hydrogen. So obviously, a lot of projects in Europe and even Australia also, Korea, they've taken a lot of steps for the hydrogen economy. So like another one is thermoplastic tape winding. The iron ratios of fiber, different fibers will be coming down in the future for this application. We may stick with carbon fiber, aramid, and glass fiber. The combination of thermoplastic and various fiber aggregation of fiber is still possible. And type 5, so as I said, we don't want to ignore this. So we are welcome for type 5 series, but it's still in the early stage. It might take many years, decades, to get approval and from the global bodies. And a solid hydrogen. The hydrogen not only can be used as a liquid, it can be used as solid. That is already where a lot of projects are taking place. That is also a great future. Now the green hydrogen, green ammonia, and methanol. So it can be used for many applications. Green ammonia is almost 10 15 projects have been started last year. This year also, Europe also they started green ammonia. So many applications, green ammonia is one of the methanol can use it for green hydrogen. So you don't have to depend on only one product. So various alternative options available. So we are on the right track. Since the pandemic and then other things, the economy is straight, but still hydrogen. If we see next year, lot more progress will be witnessed in this market. The main thing is I want to see this. I didn't all the CNG cylinders will be there. Demand is there. Those who are producing CNG cylinder, they're very into CNG variant. They'll be using CNG. The hydrogen will cost us $40 per kg, somewhere $15 per kg, somewhere $6.5, $7, $6.5 to $7 per kg, even $3 per kg. That range, production cost. In the market is double the amount, $7, $8, even $12. Because it's not a universal pricing, it's not yet. But we are aiming for below $1 per kg of hydrogen. We are expecting that is not possible. We can achieve at least 1.5 to 1.25 to 1.5 dollars per kg of hydrogen. That is what I am expecting. But again, so all the leading players, what they have tied up with other partners. So they know once you engine manufacturer are having tied up with the type of cylinder manufacturer. So various players. Already Type 4 manufacturers have tied up to enter the other regions. We're catering to the market demand, meeting the market. So that way all the collaborations is taking place. That is a very good move. So interesting to see in the market. Before they were joining into a lot of discussions. I involved in a couple of players also. A lot of discussion will go on in our country. I had a couple of clients of mine not to acquire acquisition, acquisition. I advise them not to buy that company because certain factors I explained to them. So this is now industries first their demand is more. Now they understand the market demand. They want more business. Now, for example, excellent composite. In another 3 years, they'll be reaching $1 billion, 1.2, $1.3 billion. By 2030, they'll be making like 5 times, $5 billion. See, imagine Indian rupees. Imagine. So 5 million, 40,000, 42,000 crores of business if you're having it. So imagine. We don't have to get that level. Just 5% of that, you can imagine. We can reach 3,000 crores. So that kind of a approach should be there. So all the companies, they who wants to enter in this project, they can start. They can whatever the important parameters and the factors which is there in the presentation, you can utilize it. You can new venture, you can get succeed. I wish you all the very best. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Thank you so much, Mr. Krishnan. Thank you so much. It was a really wonderful presentation. Too many insights, too many information, and so we had a small increase of time. Nevertheless, I hope everybody enjoyed the webinar. So there were a couple of questions I would like to address.
Sure.
Meanwhile, I request everybody, if you have questions, you can ask. So I'll quickly start with the first question. Yeah. So am I clearly audible, Krishna sir?
Yes, very much.
Yeah. So the first question was, what will be the erosion probability for the selected carbon fiber composites?
Pardon? Repeat.
What will be the erosion probability for the selected carbon fiber composites?
No, carbon. No, that is any. You can use any carbon fiber material for it. The this is this gives very good result. If you have protected top layer, so the protected layer, if you have it, you mentioned the uniform tension through the layer, all the layers. So your performance will be there for next 10 15 years the same. So I don't think any erosion performance unless there is a weakness in the epoxy resin system. Fiber not at all.
Yeah.
Not witnessed in the market yet.
Thank you so much, sir. The next question is, what should be the optimum geometry for dome?
That is design part. So it's regarding design. We don't want to discuss anything over your design. So you can approach me in a separate way. It's a long way, so we can deal it, particularly in design part. This project is such a way you cannot reveal everything particularly for the design. Yeah. You can
The next question is.
Yeah.
So the next question is from Mr. Sam. He is asking, is there any accredited testing facility available in India for the hydrogen type 4 or type 5 vessels, and where it is?
Type I, no. Type I Indian market is new. Okay, only there are 2-3 players only using type 5. Using means the project kind of things. Type 4, you have to have a conversation with the TU group, TUV. You can talk to them. Lloyds, you can talk to them. You can when you have a meeting with the PSO, you can usually they'll tell you that things. What are the parameters you have to follow? They will come to know about it. So first, your aim should be ISO approval. Okay, ISO approval. hydrogen, no, you need to go for ISO approval. Keep in mind, once you get when you're ready for the approval for ISO certificate, you can directly contact TU, Bureau Veritas, the standardized one. So they have a very good experience in this line. They have a lot of customers already. They've done it. So the kind of information data they will tune you. Actually, they will tune you. Even you have very good design parameters and everything, calculates everything. The kind of information they'll ask you, they'll tune you. Then you can give, once you get IS approval, then simultaneously you can meet them.
Yeah. So next question is from Mr. Parichay Basu. He's asking what should be the valve system?
Why, pardon? What
Valve system.
No, wall twisting, you're asking.
Yes.
No, you have to go with no, for a wall, you need to have proper trained persons. So, okay, such a thread you need to have for a wall and everything. Your technician has to go undergo some training with the wall manufacturer. They'll give a training and like 1 week training, and after that, no, that way you have to proceed loading and unloading. So you not over tight and make the thread breakable and things that will make you not immediately, and after some few years or few time when the inner body gets weakened, and then after that when the rupture takes place, rupture just went out. So that time the valve is the weakest point that will be released.
So the next question is there a construction standard available for the Cpvs from Indian regulatory?
No, Indian regulatory for the ISO approval, once your cylinder gets approval, ISO approval, Indian standard is there. You can use piece, they will more or less the same. So not much complications. You can easily get approval from the piece.
So Mr. Ankush Sharma has this question: which process is more efficient to fabricate hydrogen cylinder, filament winding or braiding, and why?
Only no. Now, see, last 10-15 years, there was a company in Netherlands that tried winding, vertical winding, braiding, and everything. Filament winding is the only at the moment. Filament winding is the best option to start with. So most of the players, everybody, all the key players are using filament winding technology only. That is a promising one. Other alternatives is not as good as the filament winding.
So the next question is from Mr. Pawan. He's asking what are the temperature limitations of Type 4 cylinders? Can we use them in cryogenic temperatures?
No, the Type 4 cylinders has been tested in various regions, minus 130 degrees Celsius, 152 degrees Celsius, up to 130, 120, 130 degrees Celsius. So it can be used for both applications. So weather is not an issue at all. We have such improved technology. We have reached that maturity already.
Okay. Another question from Mr. Ankush. Who are the manufacturers of hydrogen cylinders in India?
In India at the moment, on Time Technoplus only they are with the type CNG. So they'll come up with the type of hydrogen in coming years. The Uttam group already the acquisition took place in 2-3 years back. They have a major stakeholder in this Luxfer UK company. So you can expect Uttam Luxfer India. That company is also in Haryana. They're having the production unit now, so you can expect them also. These two players you can expect. Time Technoplus as Uttam Group.
Okay. So the next question is from Mr. Ban Prakash. He's asking which type of epoxy resin is used for CNG and PNG cylinders?
No, this epoxy resin system, the standardized one. You can try all the epoxy system. The main thing, the required viscosity you need to get it. The kind of whether you are using aliphatic amine, aldehyde, so aldehyde, aromatic amine, so cycloaliphatic. So that based your design and your technology, your inputs. I cannot directly say straight away you have to use this. But epoxy is mandatorily used. It's your research and development you have to work out to find it right now.
So Mr. Sam has this counter question. He said, "Is TUV and Lloyd's are audit agencies? My question is where we can get the vessel physically tested and approved."
No, that you are, there are laboratories there. This third party laboratories there. If you contact me, I can let you know the details in Europe and
Okay,
USA.
thank you. I hope Mr. Sam you got your answer. There's another question for Mr. Bhan Prakash. What is the TG for liner material in Type 4 cylinder? I think TG stands for tungsten.
No, the liner material STB is being used. What is STB TG? You know very well. The nylon also they're trying it. These two only is absent. Companies already tried with the PPS, polyphenylene sulfate. They already tried. The material cost will go higher. So if this all will follow one metric ton, $2,000 it will fall down. 1 metric ton, the STP nylon that slightly another $500 to $700 extra more for nylon for the metric ton, $2,500 to $2,000. So that can it will go for polyphenylene sulfate, it goes higher. So that's why there are options are there. Still we can work out. That is where the audit team has to not only focusing on one side has to go work on getting approval, and other side launching other new variant with the various of applications. A lot of multi-million-dollar companies are there in India and China and the other Asia Pacific region. You have to we do not depend on what other countries or other players are manufacturing. So we have options in hand. Your research team has to work out to get the best result out of it.
So we have one other question from Mr. Maulik Patel. He's asking, what are the certification and approvals required for epoxy system to use for Type 4 cylinders?
No, epoxy system. First, you have to see the epoxy player is a very good or not. You have to see. Then okay, and then mixing discuss how much is needed. You need to. And the third, main hardener part is very. Does your system need accelerated? Does your system need what the types of hardener? Based on that only you can conclude. So epoxy system you can try it. There are standard companies are there. Some people are importing it. Some people are buying local source also. So you have to work out. So that my thing is epoxy system carbon fiber will not make you fail down. You will get a result. Okay, if the prices will be higher when you're importing and other things and all, you cannot use the price if you're buying from USA and Europe, certain epoxy system, even from China. So cost will go higher. So that then resin cost compare 50 to 60% cost will be the carbon fiber. So resin cost this is 5 to 8% to 10% the resin cost end boss. So you can imagine labor cost and everything you can add up. So usually you can meet out.
Great. So thank you so much, Krishnan. I think with that, we've answered all the questions. So thank you so much once again, sir, for this great, insightful presentation. So if anyone wants to connect further to Mr. Krishnan, you can write to him or to CECA. So you can write to connect@cecasia.com, or you can mail it to rosaram211@gmail.com. You can write it again, rosaram211@gmail.com. That's the email ID of Mr. Krishnan. That we'll be sharing you with the feedback form. Yeah. Apart from this, if you have missed the presentation somewhere due to some reasons, this free webinar will soon be uploaded to our YouTube channel, so you can go revisit yourself. If you have any questions, you can get back to us. We'll surely get them answered. So thank you so much, Mr. Krishnan, once again. If you can say some last words.
Yeah. Thank you very much, CECA, for providing the opportunity to meet all the industrial players and senior management people and engineers and managers. So I hope I given valuable inputs, particularly from this segment, through my experience all over 2 decades. CECA is doing predominantly they're doing very good, wonderful jobs in the composite sector in India, not only India. They're covering European and North American market very well. So they're introducing new technologies to the Asia Pacific regions, particularly. I'm really proud of being partnered with CECA for this presentation. I thank you very much. I'm really to continue my support to CECA anytime. So all the other compositions and seminars and conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Krishnan, for such kind words. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone once again for joining us today. As Mr. Krishnan was sharing, that CECA has been continuously doing great job in the field of composites. So with that, I would like to share once again that CECA Asia is about to organize a very major event in India. It is for the first time in India that we are going to have the first Composites Industry National Conference in the month of September from 17th to 19th. It's a 3-day event. It will be a really, really great conference where we'll be having international speakers. There'll be paper presentations and there'll be much more. We are cooking something more behind. There's so much that we are planning for Sync. I hope everything gets furnished. We'll soon be sharing you more details. And this event is being organized in association with Atira Ahmedabad, SSME ISRO Ahmedabad, and Navrishna University Baroda. Meanwhile, we furnish you more details in the coming months as soon as we get closer to the event. I request you all to visit sync.sicaasia.com to register yourselves. And with that, CECA is not just working in Asia Pacific or in India. It's trying to be global. It's trying to bridge the gap between the composite fraternities, between the industries, academics, and the universities. So we have this great partnership happening with CAMEX, which is going to happen in the month of October from 17th to 20th in Anaheim, California, USA, and we're very, very proud enough to share that that CECA is the proud partners for CAMEX. CAMEX, you all know, it's one of the largest event that happens on composites and advanced materials in North America. So I request everybody that if you wish to showcase your products, your services to the international market, CAMEX is the place for you, where you can just put forward like your best solutions, technologies, and the ideas uh, you need for your current and future projects. So please, if anybody is interested to exhibit at the CAMEX, please do write to us at connect@sicaasia.com, or you can actually visit camex.sicaasia.com to register for CECA Pavilion. And if you're interested to visit, you can again contact sicaasia.com. We'll help you with all the visa invitations and everything. Apart from that, if you are going to exhibit at the CAMEX, we assure you that we'll help you provide the best exhibiting booth in the CECA Pavilion in your budget and requirement. We'll also help you with the IC scheme, that is the International Cooperation Scheme that is being provided by MSME industry to the MSME industry from the MSME Department of the Central Government of India. So we'll help you with that also, only and only if you are eligible enough for the scheme remuneration. CECA Asia will also be there at the event to fully support you and let you stay connected with the organization organizers for any kind of queries and things. We'll also support you in documentation, as said, in your visa invitation and everything. And we'll also send company invitations to all the CECA Asia composite fraternity globally. So that is all that CECA is going to do it for you. So please feel free to visit camex.sicaasia.com to know more and to register yourself. And with that, thank you so much for kindly listening to us. Thank you so much, our speaker, Mr. Krishnan, again from Gruntech Polymer Consultants, for this wonderful, wonderful session on Type 3 and Type 4 hydrogen CNG cylinders. It was really, really insightful. And with that, see you at the next webinar or symposium. We'll be sharing the details very soon. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience. Goodbye.